go. Do you want to do her on the Trump trial? Or do you want to do Boebert? And we'll wrap up.
Boebert.
Boebert. All right. Boebert. So they had 3 debates in Colorado. So remember, she was District 3. Now she's carpetbagging and moving to District 4 because it looked like she was going to lose in District 3. And Buckman left in District 4. And he left in March. Now, there's a special election coming up here at the end of June to fill his seat until the election in November. Right? She can't run in that election because she'd have to give up her current seat. So she can't run in that, but she's running in the primary. So the special election, they're going to elect somebody to fill in that seat, and then she's going to have to run in a primary against that person in November. Again, she's going to have to run against them because they're automatically going to be an incumbent. And whoever the Democrat is. The Democrat probably won't win in District 4 in Colorado. It's a pretty red district. But that's what's going on. So she's kind of in a bad situation. Well, they had 3 debates. She went to the first 2. They did not go well. And she skipped the 3rd one. But I want to play a clip from the 2nd one because she just got smacked around. And it was really bad for her. Oh, plus, I want to notice her eyebrows. Her eyebrows were freaking me out the whole time.
Mr. Lynch, it is your turn to ask another candidate a question.
Well, Richard took all my thunder, but
let me step back. Go ahead.
So I don't care what you say. All of this is public, Congresswoman. 0 bills passed, 24 votes missed, fewer comments, and I appreciate the fact that you have taken over my campaign slogan of delivering for Colorado. But can you tell me how you actually have delivered anything?
Yes.
For the state of Colorado.
Thank you.
That has been signed in and is actually actionable from what you've done.
I understand that Democrat congressional campaign campaigner Adam Frisch, you have his old campaign.
Okay. First off, the makeup. There's way too much makeup. The eyebrows are all painted on. I don't know what's going on with her. But you can see how she waffles right out of the gate. Well, Adam Frisch.
Right.
Well,
she's not saying anything.
Right. Well, you're not running against Adam. You're not running against Adam Frisch. He's running in the 3rd district. You ran from the 3rd district to the 4th district where you are now because you were afraid of losing to Adam Frisch. Right? But that wasn't the question. The question is, what have you done? You've passed 0 bills in 4 years. You missed 20-something, 24 major votes. What are you doing? Right? And the point is nothing. So let's see where tap dance around this one. It's a good question.
A manager, and these are her talking points. I get that, but we're not at 0.
These are facts.
We are not at 0 for legislation passed. I have passed my.
Let's let her answer the question.
I have passed my Pueblo Jobs Act that's been signed into law, but I've also passed over 80 other initiatives that have been signed into law. One single standalone bill is not the only way to get.
Okay. The Pueblo Jobs Act. She didn't write it. She was one of the co-sponsors of it. And when it finally got to it, she voted against it. But she's taking credit for it. That's why he put it out. You voted against that. What are you talking about?
Get something signed into law. And I have over 80 initiatives that have been signed into law, whether that be through the amendment process, the appropriations process, or through the congressionally directed spending. And I have brought back almost $100 million in infrastructure and water projects.
Okay, 2 things. Yeah, amendments and other stuff. You co-sponsored things. You didn't write them, you didn't push them, you just said I'll sponsor it. It's like Lacey coming up to me and like, Duncan, how much legislation have you passed? Well, I signed 1,000 petitions last month. I didn't do anything. I just signed some shit.
Yeah.
And then she's talking about, I brought $100 million back. That was from the Infrastructure Act that Bill Biden passed, the IRA Act, and there was a bunch of jobs. There was jobs bills and stuff that Biden's team and the Democrats passed. She voted against that, and then when Colorado got the money and the district got the money, she went out there and made a big show like she voted for it, even though she tried to kill that. So even though it created all these great jobs in her district, to District 3, and she tried to take credit for it, the fact is, she voted against these people getting these jobs. She voted against people getting this money. So she's so full of shit. That's why this guy's making this face right here, where she's talking about that. What the fuck? What are you talking about, liar?
Projects to Colorado. Water storage in Rangeley, Colorado, $5 million there. I have advocated for the South Bridge in Glenwood Springs, Colorado for 3.5 years, and they were able to get a huge chunk of money, and the former mayor came to my office to thank me for my work in ensuring that that was done, and also the congressionally directed spending that went prior to that.
We got another minute of something you wanted to answer, and Mr. Lynch gave you the opportunity to do that. Mr. Yu.
So, just full of shit, dude. She just kills me. Just lies, lies, lies. But, you know what's so funny about that whole thing is, despite all that, right now, out of those guys that she's had, even though she skipped the third debate because she just got tired of getting her ass kicked, because she's got nothing to show. And then it's just that, and the Beetlejuice thing, and the fact that she's under investigation for assaulting her ex-husband, and her son is on criminal trial right now, and he's looking at doing serious prison time, and she's not even helping him out. She didn't pay for a lawyer. She didn't show. She went to Trump's trial, skipped her kids' hearings. Her kid doesn't even have a lawyer at this point, the last I heard. And he's trying to get a public defender. So she's cut off her son. And remember, this kid's 18, and he already has a 1 or 2 year old kid because girlfriend couldn't get an abortion. Because mom's a Republican. Just trash, dude. But despite all that, Lauren Boebert is a massive lead in the 4th Congressional District Republican primary. She's leading the primary right now. 40% of those polled said they'd vote for the Republican Congresswoman. And that's a 35-point lead. So it looks like she's going to win that primary. Yep. Here it is. 40% of those polled said they'd vote for Boebert in June, while 5% said they'd vote for the businessman Peter Yu. 4%. See, so 35 points is the next. Now, I think this is funny because there's an election coming for who's going to be the current position, right? The acting person for the next, whatever it is, 6 or 7 months, right? So that person's going to be in there. Well, they have to elect that person, right? Now, she'll probably win the primary. Part of the reason she's going to win the primary is because these other people don't really have the name recognition she has, and they're being split voted. But if it was just her and one other person, the anti-Boebert vote would still kick her ass, because that means 60% or almost over 60% are voting against Boebert. Right around 60%. They're not voting for somebody else. They're voting against her. So now when she goes into the final race, it's going to be her versus the guy who's the acting incumbent versus the Democrat. Then it's going to be like, does she really have a shot? We'll see. I mean, she might pull it out, but it's going to be a rough, close election.
Well, that's a rough road because after they just elected a particular person to be doing it for their district, are they going to unelect them to re-elect her?
Yeah, and do it again.
And this is only 40% of the people polled said that they were going to vote for her. Well, that's less than half of the people even polled. So what about the other 60% they're going to vote for all these other people? How many of them will flock to her versus how many of them will say, hey, that guy we just elected, he sounds good.
Right.
You know?
Right. And that's the thing is whoever they just elected or will elect here at the end of June, honestly, I mean, you almost never see that person not get reelected. When you have somebody who's coming in to fill in for somebody who left office or, went to jail or died or whatever it was, they almost, once they get either appointed or elected into that position, they almost never don't get reelected. And the reason is because everybody goes to the ballot and votes for them. And then, of course, you're coming back again and you're getting the same vote. And you're like, well, didn't I just vote for this freaking guy? And then you check it again. I mean, I know that's how I do it when I get my voter. And it's like, didn't I just vote for that person like 5 months ago? Yes. I don't want to have to make this decision twice. I'm not even going to read up on the other person.
Right.
But yeah. So, I mean, she can still pull it out. You never know. You never know. I don't really have an opinion. I don't know enough about local politics there to make an assessment. I just think it's funny. Miss, I've done nothing in 3.5, almost 4 years she's been in office. You know, she got her GED like 3 months before she joined office. Both of her restaurants are closed now. She drove those into the ground. She's going through the massive divorce, the Beetlejuice scandal, assaulting the ex-husband, or she allegedly assaulted the ex-husband.
I was going to say, let's not forget about the whether or not she hit her ex-husband or not.
Right. Son's about to go to jail for ID theft and a bunch of other shit. I mean, Colorado, you make us proud. Oh, man. Kills me. Anyway, so that's Lauren. We might get lucky, though. She might win, and then we'll have 4 more years making fun of her. Or at least 2 more years before she has to run again.
Oh, goody.
Yay us. I don't think it's worth the trade-off. I'd rather her just lose.
No, I don't think so. Besides, there's always Marjorie Greene.
Oh, yeah. Katie Britt and Christina. Oh, there's a laundry list of nutbags on the right that we can make fun of. Anyway, well, that's our show for today. Where can everybody catch you, Lace?
All right, you can all catch me at mysensewithsense.com. You can find information about workshops, courses I teach, articles I've written. If you have questions about any of those things, you can email us, or you can send us clips. You can send us articles, topic requests, or invite yourself on the show. And where can they email us, Duncan?
Yeah, email us at gossipfinancead@outlook.com. That's down below. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll catch you next time.